We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut. Here's what Trump actually said.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
It's different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later that he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
You end up with an entire country of poor dental health, grayscale humans who think they know about American politics because they've been lied to for decades by government-funded media. It's wrong to hate, but it's so much fun. So, we don't like Canada, and I don't like the UK. Okay. I really don't like most of Europe. I think that's why we left. But tomato, tomato. And by the way, anyone who says that tomato is a fruit, I understand that technically, but stop ruining parties.
Yeah, so is a pumpkin, but we don't say that.
Yeah, it's enough. No. It's enough. According to YouGov UK, Donald Trump is actually not all that popular according to the British public. So he has an approval of 24%, whereas Obama has 66% approval, Zelensky 63%, and Hillary Clinton 36%.
Approval of what? Does he even have a job?
I think it's just a favorable view in general. And then Biden's at 35%. And
Hillary beat Biden?
Yeah.
Again.
Here's the thing, though. I know this because, again, I was raised in Canada. French Canada is much more European. French Canadian, if you're watching right now, French Canadians, you can comment. I didn't realize how foreign of a culture it was until I spent a lot of time in the United States. And a big part of it, a big part of the reason that they hate Donald Trump, and they often have a negative viewpoint of the United States, because let's be honest, these people have a negative viewpoint of Americans. They view American patriotism as negative. It's really kind of three reasons. One, they're jealous. Okay, yeah. They're very jealous. Two, they're a conquered people. And what I mean by that is they're subservient people to their government. They don't understand the idea of armed revolution and ensuring that a government is representative of its people. And three, they've been lied to a whole lot. And we'll get to this in a second. The BBC has been caught editing footage, not just editing context out with Donald Trump and his January 6th speech, but actually cobbling footage together to make it seem like he said things he didn't say. And often these are the people warning about AI deepfakes. Well, here's the thing. AI deepfakes, it's just a technicality. They're already here if you look at what the BBC does and if you look at what the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, does. But first, let's go to the public who've been lied to, a conquered, subservient people, and see them express their sentiments regarding Donald Trump, which is funny. They spend so much time on our president and we don't really care about them, rightfully so.
Today, there are protests taking place. We were seeing the live pictures only a few moments ago against President Trump's state visit. These are the live pictures from central London from a demonstration organised by activists from the Stop Trump Coalition.
The massive orange blimp depicting Donald Trump as a screaming baby lifted off outside British Parliament.
Donald Trump!
Those are the screaming babies. Low energy.
Look at all these people. They love me here in the UK.
Pause. That is exactly what I would picture an English Trump impersonator to look like. Like just aged, haggard, and bad teeth.
Yeah. His breath smells like beans.
Yeah, the impression is okay. I just can't get past how he looks like there's a gray sock put over the camera as a lens filter. Let's continue.
People, they love me here in the
Skinned by meat pies.
Donald Trump, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide!
Oh, shouldn't do that in the UK, mate.
Well, the protest is about challenging the kind of the official line that that's coming from our government, that Trump is welcome here. There's a lot of anti-Trump sentiment.
He is.
Pause. Yeah, there's a lot of anti-Trump sentiment. He insults people. He came here, he called me a fetus. That's not right, is it? I'm not a fetus, I'm a grown man. I'm not a child. Ever seen a zygote do this? It's proof, isn't it?
I drive an auto. Got a fetus, drive an auto.
Ever seen a fetus with this hairline? Yeah. Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. That's the whole point of this protest. I'm not a fetus. I'm a human being.
You ever seen a fetus with a name Boner?
That's right.
My name's Matt Boner, obviously. I'm a man.
Yeah. Try having that one in primary school, huh? Yeah, I don't need any more Trumps to tell me, oh, I know what I look like. I have a mirror. Let's continue.
Here, there's a lot of anti-Trump sentiment.
He is the leader of one of our closest allies.
Yep.
We should be engaging with him, yes?
I think it's very difficult to engage with the tyrant, and I think if you capitulate to all his demands, yeah, we're not going to get very far, and we're just appeasing a monster, really.
First off, you don't have to appease anything. Like, what are you talking about? Just continue being subservient to your government. Also, it's really hard to take news when we're just talking about their media from a man who's threatened by a basic blacklight. That's something that's pretty tough. Oh, no!
It was a monster mash.
I told you my contract, I can't go cosmic bowling.
That stain's never coming out.
He's a tyrant, isn't he? You know what the American Revolution was, right?
Yeah, you was.
Yeah, and by the way, they changed No King's Day, even though they participated to No Tyrant's Day.
Oh, okay.
Because, listen, we want to show a rebellious streak, but we don't want to offend our actual king.
Yeah, we have a king, but he's not a tyrant.
That's right. He's not a tyrant.
He's a nice guy.
By the way, you insult the king, we'll put you in jail for something like that. United States, you can say whatever you want. You can just say whatever you want on social media. Hurt feelings.
It's chaos.
Yeah. You have any idea how many replies Bon has telling him that he looks like a fetus? They jail you for speech. They jail you for speech in the UK, for memes online, and they're talking about the tyranny of Donald Trump. I don't want to take advice on how to govern a free country from people who value freedom 0% whatsoever. And here's the thing. They become a conquered people through a drip, 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 drip of media, largely government funded, right? When people talk about corporate media, man, well, what's the alternative? Government media.
You can trust them.
Yeah, exactly. BBC,
Sure.
CBC, Venezuela, Pravda. And by the way, I get it. Media's incredibly biased, right? Yeah. ABC, NBC, CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, ABC, CBS, all of them. But, hey, that's why they bitched about Fox News for so long. There was one alternative. And at least with new media now, we see legacy media dying because they can't stand up to competition. Now, pre-new media, you really only had one voice in the UK. And when I was raised in Canada, you really only had one voice. And they try and act as though they're virtuous by being beholden and subordinate to the government. So when you only have one voice, and that one voice is lying, well, then you get people who have a view of President Trump in the United States that may not necessarily be accurate. So a new whistleblower memo from the BBC, and by the way, all references available, link in the description, as we do every single show. It shows how the network doctored January 6th footage to make Trump, quote, say things he never actually said. So in this clip, I believe it's, Gordon Rayner from The Telegraph breaks it down.
BBC Panorama released a documentary called Trump, A Second Chance. And in it, they played the following clip.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell.
But Trump didn't, in fact, say this at all. The BBC spliced together two clips that took place 54 minutes apart. So let's go through it again.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you.
Now, see there, between Capitol and, that's a cut. Here's what Trump actually said.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
It's different. It wasn't until nearly an hour later that he then said the second part of the BBC's version.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we fight. We fight like hell.
And I appreciate Mr. Rayner pointing that out. Go support him. Watch the video. But unless I'm missing it, he himself omitted, and this is by accident, by the way, or maybe he just had to cut for time. He omitted what President Trump said, and I think this is pivotal, 28 seconds after that cut. Doesn't this change things?
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
And he was going to be joining them, to be clear. And by the way, this is the same soundbite that CNN deliberately cut out, you know, you could refer to it as lying, during their initial coverage of January 6th.
Violence was sparked by the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, who rallied that crowd earlier today.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
And they listened to their leader. They marched on the Capitol. They stormed it. They broke in.
Well, hold on a second. If they listened to their leader, they would do so peacefully and patriotically, right? He was quite literal with that. Gotta be peaceful. And just to give you some context, when I went into the barbershop, Black and White and the Gray Issues, I had to ask the question 3 times. What about January 6th? I said, what if he had said, make your voices heard peacefully and patriotically? Well, that would be interesting. I have never seen that. I said, yeah, but what if, I don't know that that's true. I said, but what if I'm not lying to you? I said, well, then I would have to look into it. Great, look into it. Or don't have an opinion. Otherwise, you end up with an entire country of poor dental health, grayscale humans who think they know about American politics because they've been lied to for decades by government-funded media. This is why polling doesn't determine what is right. Sometimes it is a very useful tool as a snapshot. Sometimes it's a very useful tool as a snapshot to indicate how effective the media is at lying. And that's what I would put forward as the case for January 6th, because many people, I would argue probably most people in this country, don't know that Donald Trump said peacefully and patriotically, just like they don't know he said, I'm not saying neo-Nazis are white supremacists who should be condemned totally. Then people will say, well, why doesn't Donald Trump come out and condemn white supremacy? He did. Well, why doesn't Donald Trump, why didn't he call on his people to be peaceful? He instructed them to be peaceful. Very different from Kamala Harris talking about rioters. They're not going to stop, and they shouldn't stop. But if you're lied to over and over and over, well, then you can convince yourself that, it's no tyrant's day because kings are a little bit touchy. And by the way, when an executive at the BBC who, they've had a monopoly on information for a long time in that area of the world, when this executive heard about the Telegraph article, he was none too happy.
Harry.
What?
It's an inanimate fucking object.
You're an inanimate fucking object!
Yeah, they lose their composure really quickly. You know what? Let's actually, I just realized we have that clip. We didn't plan on this, the Kamala clip. Let's run side by side. Let me ask you this. What do you think the public perception would have been in this election? How many times was Donald Trump asked about January 6th? How many times was that covered? How many times was Kamala Harris asked about encouraging, in no uncertain terms, rioting? How different do you think the perception would have been in the United States, as well as the UK, if they had heard this clip of Donald Trump, and then we'll roll the Harris clip?
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not. And we should not.
Comment below. And that's why I say these conversations that change my mind, the black and white and the gray issues, they're not really debates, it's rhetoric. I want to get to the bottom of this and see where this, I know where the country has gone wrong, but I want to lead those who've been wronged down the path. What if this was true? People go, well, okay, if it was true. And then you go, here are the receipts. Put it this way. American taxpayers pay for the defense of Britain. They wouldn't be able to defend themselves. Certainly not Canada. Right? Just look at NATO. People haven't met their fair share. That used to be called reneging on a contract. It's kind of illegal, but there's no real international enforcement mechanism if the illegal action is taking place with the international enforcement mechanism. So we pay for the defense of the rest of the free world so that they can have free healthcare, free internet, everything's a human right, insert it here. And then the British taxpayers pay for TV licenses so that the BBC can propagandize them into hating our American leaders who foot the bill for their defense. We're expected to believe that we have a special relationship with the UK. And I would tell you this, UK conservatives, it's not enough to me. I'm sorry. I don't like the idea of English patriotism unless it comes with a very loud thank you to the United States. You don't deserve patriotism because you can't protect your own country. Your country wouldn't exist if not for ours, okay? We foot the bill so that you can talk down to us, and we don't care. And then you guys get hit with the same kind of tariffs? You slap on us, and you're the victim? Oh, free healthcare. Oh, great, you have a social safety net. Let's change one thing. You guys protect yourself. Take care of your own defense. UK, all of it. Canada, all of it. We'll take care of ourselves. Go. No kings. And you have an actual king, dipshits. And it seems, by the way, the BBC were very unhappy knowing that there was a whistleblower in their midst and dealt with them accordingly.
Ray, don't! Fucking hell! Where the fuck did you come from? I was behind the thing. What the fuck are you doing, Ray? What the fuck are you doing? Nothing.
Just one of my favorite movies. It's a good thing to come out of that area of the world. Oh, you're still here? And you're still watching this on YouTube? You've probably noticed something is missing by now. I'm not here. That's because the Live Daily Show is now streaming exclusively on Rumble weekdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Tune in there, where nothing is censored.